just using a Hyper Tough Light. Okay. Now, as far as the seat itself, so once it's in place like normal, all you're gonna do is on both sides, yank it up. Okay, it's not gonna hurt it. So it's basically held in there. So there's these plastic clips, but you'll see here, if you can see it, these metal rings. Okay, and then it'll come up, and then the only thing holding it back then is the seat belt holders. And then it's got a metal ring back here, and it just pops right up like that. Slide it out, and then that is it. Okay, so we'll get this out of the way here. All right, so now that y'all seen how the seat comes out, okay, I'm gonna bring you on a little bit closer. Okay, you already saw how to pull the seat out. Now, I've already got the battery disconnected. Let me get some of this trash and stuff out of here. Now, again, you're working with a fuel tank area. You gotta be careful no matter what. Safety first, okay? So what we're gonna do now is kind of vacuum this area up real quick, so that way once we open it, no debris and dust can go in there. Okay, so we're gonna keep the vacuum here on standby, because once I pull this cover off, there's probably gonna be dust and dirt in there as well. We're gonna wanna clean that up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So looks like you can either use a 10 mil, but they're really short, or a Phillips screwdriver. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go to the side. Let's go get a plastic trim tool. Okay, we'll do both sides. Alright, so all I'm using is a Titan Tools part number 11570 trim tool. It's got plenty of leverage, it's very sturdy. Okay, alright. So now you can't lift it up all the way. So let's pull this, give her some space. Now what we're going to do is disconnect it. So let me go get something real quick. Okay, like I said earlier, there's a lot of dirt and debris in here. Okay, and I also don't want to break these clips, so I'm going to kind of clean off that dirt. Electrical contact cleaner. Alright, set that to the side, and I want to get this connector off. Let's see if y'all can see it. It's right here. Okay. Got a tab right here. So we're going to use this Lyle one. And it just comes off just like that. Okay. So the tab is right there. Y'all see I got it cleaned off from that contact cleaner. Okay. So now we're going to bring that vacuum back in here. Alright, so here's a few things. We're gonna disconnect this hose, disconnect this hose. Again, you're gonna wanna be working with gas in the area, make sure you're ventilated. Okay. And then we're gonna vacuum back there a little bit. I see some debris back there. But you wanna kind of clean up the area so that way as soon as you open this, you're not, what you call it? Dirt and stuff's not getting inside back in there. That's the last thing you want. Okay. All right. So we got this one. We're gonna disconnect. So we're gonna get some picks, so that way we can kind of pry those up. But again, let's go ahead and get some of this dirt and debris out of there. All right. So the way this is going to work is you got 2 tabs on each side. You're gonna basically kind of slide this out. Okay. But it's got to go outwards, and then this is going to pull up just like so. Okay. And then same concept here. So you may want 2 picks. Okay. So what I used was a spoon pick. I pressed down the bottom. I've already got this top one up and it just slides straight out. I just use a 90-degree one to help kind of slide it out. Okay. All right. So now you should be able to pull this vent hose off. Okay. You're gonna smell gas, so don't be alarmed. Yes, it will. So it does completely come out. Just press it inwards, and then, okay. All right, you got a little bit of gas there. So let's get a towel. All right. So get a towel there. Okay. So now we're gonna take off this plastic ring. All right. And on that plastic ring, you've also got a locking tab right here, and one right here and here. So 4 sides. So make sure as you're going around, it's going to possibly hit this where you pull this hose off of. It's going to catch this lip. So just make sure as you're going around with it, you don't hit that and just think that it's stuck. All right. So I've actually got this tool here off of Amazon. I've seen people use the pry bars and screwdrivers and flatheads or whatever and just kind of hammer their way around. But I didn't want to necessarily do that and tear this up. I mean, this thing is 16 years old. The plastic's going to be brittle. So let's see if this tool will work. So the way it works is it has these grooves kind of cut into it on 3 sides. And it's going to lock in with these tabs. So let's get it on there. And it's supposed to be 1/2-inch drive. Okay. So there you go. Just like that. Okay. So it is loose now. So what I'm gonna do is when I loosened it up, all this dirt and stuff loosened up too. So we're gonna vacuum that real quick. So we're gonna get all this stuff out of the way in preparation to pull that out. So like I said earlier, it's going to catch each time on this thing. Okay, it's going to pop up now because there's no pressure on it. All right, let's lay this to the side. Some of this gas back in there. And there it is. That's the old unit. So here's the new unit. Okay. Comes with a new O-ring, but some people have said that this one has the O-ring on it is small. So let's actually take a look and see, because we can always reuse the old one. So here's the old one. Okay. So let's see what they're talking about. So yeah, it's definitely too small. So we're gonna put that old one back in there. There's no rips or anything on it. So all you're gonna do is just slide it back in. Don't worry about the arm. Kind of work your way in there. So again, this is a very simple job. Nothing too complicated. Point this out so you can still see it. There's a tab right here that lines up right here, so make sure it goes into that tab. Okay, so just kind of hold it down into place. Get these hoses out of the way. They're like kids, they're just, you know, stuck to you. And you just spin it on there. Hand tight. Okay. All right, so you can see the clips on this side here. There's a little tab that goes underneath into the hole on both sides. Let's make sure it lines up. Same thing here. It'll go in on the bigger side first and just kind of press down so that way it's not catching on this. And then once it comes over here, you'll push it in and it'll lock in on these both sides. And that's it. So we'll get the harness back in, kind of clean it up, and we're good to go.